Guys, with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, obviously you can see who we have in the lineup, and there is no, I mean, I don't think we're surprised that there's no Jen Shah, but there is no Jen Shah. This came out from Dorinda Deadly. My question was, and I haven't had time to actually look into this, so I don't want to sit here and pretend like I know something that I don't, because I don't. I think that this was a teaser promo. We're all still wondering what the hell is going on, and if and when we will see Mary Cosby. Now, we know that Mary Cosby filmed a group trip to Palm Springs with the rest of the women, so we will absolutely see her. But now that we know that we're getting a glimpse of her, I think most of us are like, wait, hold on. No, we don't want just a portion of Mary Cosby. Now we want the whole damn thing. You're not going to give us a teaser, like a piece of the cake, and think that we're not coming back with munchies now. We're coming back. So for this promo, sure, does it get me excited? Do I love like the little iridescent lights in the background, like the northern lights? And do I love like the vibes? Sure, I do. Do I hate the fact that there's no Mary Cosby? 1,000,000%. You guys are about to make me book another interview with her parents. I'm getting all pissed off and whatnot.
Okay,
go ahead,
well, we need to talk to her. I'm more excited for, well, right now there's three things that I'm not sure how are going to move forward, or not move forward, but which I'm more excited about. The next season of Salt Lake City, season 2 of Dubai, or season, oh my gosh, like I want to say season 1 of the Real Housewives of New York, like the new Real Housewives of New York. This could be a really good change for Salt Lake City, don't you think?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, let me zoom in here. I think it really rides a lot on like, we know who the rest of them are, right?
Right.
Like this rides on this, like this woman who's front and center, who's like really obviously gorgeous. She's stunning. The only way that Salt Lake City can survive is you need that Jen Shah energy. And guys, do not kill me in the live chat about this. Jeez, please.
Energy. We said energy.
Yes, you need the Jen Shah energy of you need somebody who is such a loose cannon, who all of a sudden Heather's like, when I said it to you, you didn't get it. And then they're like, fuck you, Heather. You're saying I'm stupid? And then it's like, oh my God, I never called her stupid. And then it's like flipping the table and just dramatic for no reason. You need the loose cannon, and you need somebody who's going to come on and do it and just be that disaster. We know a few people in our lives who are that disaster without cameras around. They need to find that person who can deliver that doesn't look like they're doing it, and then looking out of the right side of their eye or the left side of their eye and like looking at the camera being like, did you get your shot? Did you get it? You know what I mean? Like, they just have to be a shit show. So I'm hoping this girl cannot come in and be like cookie cutter, like, hi, I'm Molly Mormon and life is great. And I am so happy. And here are my children. Because then we have a bad.
No, because then it's, that's Salt Lake City already. We don't need that. We need to see more. Obviously this is a mock-up, but I think, and someone said it in the live chat earlier, Heather can be a loose cannon. I really think it's like it's in there, and she's had to be very careful on how she navigates certain things. I don't know if we've talked about this on here before, but she has to be very careful legally how she manages some stuff on the show. Yeah. But Heather, according to production, is not the easiest person to work with.
Do you know? So, can we talk about that for a second?
Yes, we can talk about that.
Okay, so real quick, let me say, what was I saying? It takes a lot of strength and courage to admit that you might have made a big mistake. I agree with that. And Nancy A., Adam and Jason, you are made for one another. They will be together forever, no doubt about it. Love you guys. So sweet, thank you. For poppin', you guys, Louis is bringing dark drama like Lisa did on Beverly Hills. Some shows need to be put on pause, like Miami. Lots of love. Thank you. Tinsley's opinions. Love your dad and your mom. When life is crazy, it happens. Just make it up in the big way that we know you will. Love starting my day with you guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you to everybody in the live chat. We appreciate you guys. Okay, so this is a conversation that happened. At this point, it's okay. So
okay, Jason, I didn't know if we're allowed, because there's some stuff we can't say. You know,
we can say this one.
Okay.
So Jason and I were on the phone with Jen Shah, and this was around the time that we were waiting for the interview to come out. It was after we already filmed with her. We were in touch, like, mind you guys, before we did the interview, we were on calls and calls and calls with her attorneys and being fielded and guided through everything. And like, when people were even asking, like, why didn't you ask this question? fucking trust me. We tried
Well,
to
also, what kind of
every
answer
question.
would you get if you asked, let's say, okay, so the questions that we did present were kind of to get a background story of did you get here and why do you think you've done nothing wrong, right?
Right.
That was the real thing. But even if you ask the question, you're not going to get the answer.
No.
You know what I mean? You're just not. You're an
weren't getting
illegal.
it.
Yeah, you weren't getting it.
But then Jen had a meltdown one day and she's like, I don't understand why everybody loves Heather. Production hates her. She's the hardest one to deal with. She's the most difficult. And went on this whole tangent. And Jason and I looked at each other like, Heather's the most difficult? What? And then we asked another person, remember? And they were like,
a few people have mentioned this. And also
Heather gets the best at it, that she's the most difficult, which is the same thing Stassi Schroeder said about Tom Sandoval. Just saying.
Wow. Didn't think about that. Because you would think, like looking from the outside, that would be different, that he would be easy to work with. But I guess, narcissists always, I'm not sure. I don't know how that would carry over. But listen, I think just to jump back to this and talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I think that Mary is in a good position to be a friend, and she will be a good friend. I don't know, I'm thinking about some of her nuances and some of the, idiotic things she mentioned. And she said, when it concerned race and other things too, like, it's just like, I think friend is a good spot. Let's test it out. Let's see if we like her here. And let's let these other girls who are coming in as full-time have a moment and see if we can, ramp up for this next season.
Yes. All right. Well, on top of that, guys, speaking of another new season, before we get into the Real Housewives of Orange County, I just wanted to bring up this to you guys. And Jason, oh, hello. We're filming.
When you don't tell me things like this. Yeah, they have been filming for a minute.
Mm-hmm. Nope, they started filming. They've been filming for a little less than a week. And you know what's so funny to this, Jason? And it's another thing that Jason and I, it's like life lessons this week, you guys. It's like when somebody gets a little, unfortunately, like you kind of get a little greedy and things happen and you just get the shit into the stick because you didn't hold out. Well, that's what happened that's what happened to Jill Zarin. Jill Zarin was so upset because she wanted to be a part of the new RHONY Legacy show that was originally set to film like a true RHONY show where it was going to follow them around New York City before they ended up redirecting the show to be an ultimate girls trip style show, filming for only 2 weeks in a new location with the OGs in their mind of the Real Housewives of New York. Obviously, we know that Kristen Taekman is not an OG. But getting back to the original point, Jill Zarin got a little greedy and her agent did tell us the same thing. She got a little bit greedy and she wanted everyone to have the same pay. She did not want Dorinda or Ramona or Luann or Sonia, who might have had bigger social media followings, to get higher pay because she feels like she originally started the show. So she was a little bit difficult. They were arguing over contracts. They all had contracts in order to film this new show. And then finally, Bravo, Peacock, NBC said, "You, we're taking the contracts back. Everybody can piss off." Okay, cool. That's where we're at now. Bravo, the network, everybody kind of reconvened. This got out there to Page 6, social media. Everybody started talking about it. And everyone was really disappointed because we were expecting a show. We didn't know what that show was going to look like, but we were expecting one. So then they ended up reconvening and coming up with this legacy version of an ultimate girls trip style show. And they did exactly what Jill Zarin asked for from the jump, which was equal pay. They ended up paying every single one of them $250,000 to film for a week and a half, 10 days of filming, all the exact same money, all the exact same exposure, everything that Jill Zarin asked for. But Jill Zarin, in the moment, got greedy and said, "It's either my way or no way." And they said, I think she got your way.
She might have got hyped up a little bit at BravoCon. I think she saw how people were reacting to her, like, "Oh my God, Jill Zarin." And she's like, "See, I'm Jill Zarin." And she's sitting there like demanding all of this. And now, you get the Knicks because you're too greedy.
She got too greedy. You got greedy, girl.
It's a deadly sin, friend. It's a deadly sin for a reason.
You got greedy. And you know what happens? Unfortunately, when you get greedy and you get and you're caught in the greed of it all, then people start looking at you a little bit different. And then you start your opinion and your words and your point becomes obsolete because it becomes diluted by your own selfish actions of being greedy in the first place. And that's exactly what happened to Jill Zarin. That's what happened.
Yep.
But